Facebook viewers and our Twitch viewers.
Hello, excuse me. Sorry.
You are now watching the second episode of Real Talk with Popsicle Games. And for today, we have a very exciting topic. Am I right, James?
Yes, we'll be talking about how to start an indie game studio.
Yes. And to set an example, we are going to talk about Popsicle Games.
Yes.
So, let's start the show. I'm Christine, and with my co-host.
Hi, I'm James.
Trent. Eric.
Martin.
Welcome to the show, and so let's start.
Okay, so I guess a good way to start off the episode would be how did Popsicle Games start? And when did we start? By 2 years ago.
2 years.
Yes. We'll be talking about July. How to start? Okay. But before that, how did we come together? Does anybody remember?
Coffee shop, right?
Yes.
Well, I've known you guys before we even started Popsicle Games, right?
Yes,
James,
that's right.
Jit, and then it was Martin and I who initially thought of putting up a new game company, new startup to make games. Instead of getting employed in a company, we decided to start our own. Then when I met you guys, I invited you to just join forces and put up games together.
I think that's actually courageous because you're gonna start from nothing. That's basically the start of life. Instead of getting employed by a bigger game company, you chose to start your own, and hence that's Popsicle Games.
Yes. And I think when Eric approached us, Jed and I had another startup called Pixel Kit, and we were doing a lot of client work, mostly mobile apps and websites. And then we decided to, I think that year, same year then, we decided, hey, let's just make games then, because client work is really stressful.
You're making apps instead.
Yeah, we were making apps, so it was an easy transition to do. But of course, a different animal. But that's why we wanted to focus on making games instead. And then good time. Eric approached us, and then the rest is
So how did you feel when Eric offered you to go team up and make startup company or an indie game dev studio like Popsicle Games?
Yes. I felt really glad. I think it was good timing also. And Eric, for those who don't know, is already a veteran in the industry. He's been making games since 2011, 2010, more or less. Yeah. So more than a decade. So it was really what you call this, not a dream come true, but a really good opportunity to have someone like Eric join forces. So yeah, it's really.
In my case naman, I had Kui Mobile before Popsicle Games.
Yes.
And at Kui Mobile, I worked alone. So putting up Popsicle Games has opened up an opportunity for me to work with other people with the same passion, the same mindset. So it's a different environment for me, and something that I was actually looking for. That I got tired of working alone by myself. I've been doing that for years already.
One-man team.
But that one-man team has produced some hits like Street Food Tycoon, Barber Hero, and the other games. So what was the transition for you? I never asked you this. We were just together.
In first year, I think was more of a huge adjustment because I was used to making decisions all by myself. And actually, to be honest, it became easier for me to be able to decide with you guys because I have at least a group now to share my ideas with, to pitch ideas to, and then brainstorm and discuss. Compared to being working on a project alone, it's a lot harder.
I'm actually curious because you three told what you were doing before Popsicle Games began. So Martin, before Popsicle Games was formed, what were you doing or what were you busy with?
Actually, I was I was actually doing a lot of client work, freelance art work.
Freelance.
And I actually worked with Eric before. So most of the games some of the games I worked with Eric was Barber Hero and Epic was the a lot, yeah.
Mark
Also
used to do freelance work for 3
What
months.
was the
That's how I got to
how was
know
the
him.
transition for you? I never understand.
Because back then, the local game industry is really small. So
Unlike
we
now.
basically know each other.
Yeah.
And we had meetups every Saturdays, like 10 people, 8 people. So it was kind of great to see like grow na ngayon 50, sometimes 80 people na meet up. Actually, it's
Yeah. And so yeah, I guess it would be a nice opportunity then to talk about what are our roles now in Popsicle Games. I think we're very varied. Our skill sets are very varied. So yun. So Eric, ano na bang role mo here in Popsicle
well, the
Games?
same pa rin.
Working alone?
You do everything?
Do everything.
Mostly game development pa rin. Programming part. Doon pa rin yung role ko. And also help with marketing, business development, kung kailangan.
So everything.
Everything in bits.
Everything. And Jed, what's your role now in Popsicle Games?
Well, my background is really in art and design, and I still do some of that. I do the website. I developed the website because that's what we used to do when we were doing client work. We made websites. So I still ended up making the website for Popsicle Games. But now, in addition to doing the art and the coding for the site, we have other artists working for us, and so I deal with them, and I manage them. I make sure everything gets done. The same goes for our artist interns. So I have more of a bigger scope or a more macro scope on the projects now, as opposed to before, where I had to do both macro and micro.
Cool. So yeah, project manager and overseeing everybody. Art project.
Yeah, I used to deal directly with the developers as well, but fortunately, we have Eric now to help me out with that sort of thing, because some concepts when it comes to programming I can't really explain or I can't really understand.
And Martin, what is your...
Mostly on concept art these days. So before I used to do, when I was working with Eric, I used to do a lot of the nitty-gritty work, but nowadays I just do concept art and a bit of game design. That's pretty much it.
And
And you, James?
Me,
How about you?
I do what? I clean. I do the boring stuff mostly, like quote unquote boring stuff. The HR, admin stuff, the finance, and some of the marketing. And now Christine, you're here. You do most of the marketing now.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just the other non-technical stuff. That's what I usually handle.
And together, you guys, like, what do you call this? Complement each other in a way. Like, you support by being present. You support this area with this.
Yeah, we hope so. I think we have all of the angles covered. I hope so. Any deficiencies any one of us might have get covered by the others.
Yeah, it's actually
So
cool.
it works out well for us.
So you got past the first stage, which is forming your team. Is that it? Because our topic for today is how to start an indie game dev studio. And is that the first step? How getting your team together?
Getting everyone to say yes.
Yeah.
What?
And I guess agreeing to what's the long-term vision for the company or for the group will be. And yeah, luckily everybody was on the same page. That we agreed, of course, to make games. What kind of games? Mobile games, and yeah.
Okay, it's cool. I mean, perfect.
Yeah.
Your skill set and so moving on. How important is the composition of the co-founders, the four of you?
how important the composition is in terms of what?
In terms of, I guess, the skills that we
In
have.
terms of skill set, okay, well, number one, if you don't have the technical skills, nothing is going to get done. So it helps to have some people who are familiar with that sort of thing. And it also helps if you have someone who manages everything else that gets overlooked by the people who are working on the technical stuff. Management, the finances, how much are we bleeding every day, things like that. So it's very important to have a very rounded team. I mean, in theory, well, Eric did it. In theory, one man can do everything.
Yes.
But I think there's a limit to that. Not everyone can do that. And some people might get burned out quickly doing that, or just simply run out of time. Like you're doing too much into one aspect and you neglect everything else. So I think it's important to have a varied, getting everyone to say yes. Not just when it comes to skill sets, but also when it comes to your interests or your or what you like when it comes to games. Yeah, you can't just agree all the time. You can't just say you want to do this and everyone likes it and we do it. You need some kind of oversight, and you need some kind of contrarian when it comes to discussing ideas, bouncing things around, and I think that works out well for us here. Like not all of us like horror games.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The two of us.
Yeah, things like that, and some things come out in discussion when we start talking about that sort of thing. Like we are talking about the horror themed game in the works, and some of us like want to go like more all out with the theme, but others like want to look at how the game plays, look more like at the mechanics or at the balance. But that's diving a bit too much into the technical aspects of the game. Maybe someone else has an opinion about the composition of the teams.
I think usually the way some game developers or some studios that I follow look at, especially the indies, they're usually too technical. They have the members in their team are all the developers. They lack people who have the design knowledge, people who have the marketing knowledge.
So you're saying they're not balanced?
In a way, but I understand their situation that, it's the people and that's what the cards that are dealt with. So they do what they can. But I think it's very important to know or to be self-aware that, okay, we're forming this group. These are our advantages and these are what we're lacking. So how do we overcome the stuff that we are lacking? I guess that's one of the important things that you have to consider.
When it comes to games,
most especially if you want to start a indie game dev company, because you can't do it. I mean, you can do everything, but to some extent only.
You need some kind of oversight.
Any other thoughts?
Some kind of
I guess Jerry and James said it very well already. And going back to your question, right? I would say it's very important.
I think that works out well for us.
With all co-founders, all of us actually complement each other's skills.
Yeah, that's true.
So kung may part na mahina ako dito, so for example si Jet naman, mas magaling siya doon. So it's very important kasi for us na kahit just the four of us can produce
horror games.
Yes.
Without
Yes.
the rest of them. Kasi if initially you founded a company pero
Some
hindi mo
things
can
come out in
produce a good product.
start talking.
You have to hire people pa. It would cost a lot. Eh. So
we are.
It's very important to have the proper skills.
Horror theme.
So I can actually compare that to starting an RPG game and then gathering your
Forming a party.
Yes, forming a party, exactly.
Four
We have-
fighters. Or four
No
wizards.
healers or mage.
No way.
Walang noob team.
No, all pros.
No pros.
Parang Overwatch.
yeah.
6 Hanzos.
Oh god.
What? Is that even possible?
And one Genji.
It used to be possible.
Yeah, way back.
Kailangan ng healer.
No healer, no
No,
mercy.
five Hanzos and one
No one
Genji.
like mercy.
No mercy. Yeah. So yeah, wait. So to the people who are watching, please feel free to ask questions.
Yes, please.
If you need to ask about anything about game development or starting your own studio,
Or if you're just curious about us, Popsicle Games,
yeah,
you can ask us questions.
please ask us. Don't be shy.
You can comment it on Facebook or on our Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/Popsicle Games. So moving on to our second question. Since Popsicle Games is like going on for about 2 years, this coming June or July.
July.
Second year. Happy second birthday. What were the challenges or struggles in the beginning in forming an indie game dev studio?
You can't do it. I mean, you can't do everything.
Good question.
Making a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Good game.
Yeah.
the number one
Yeah,
challenge.
even before you can like market the game, you have to make a game first,
Yeah.
and you have to make something worth marketing. Like if you make a piece of trash, why would you bother marketing it, right? So yeah, that was I think one of the first challenges we encountered, deciding on
Your first.
basically what to do. Okay, now we're together. What do we do about it?
I'm curious, what is Popsicle Games' first game?
What?
All aboard the arc, I think.
Yeah, all aboard the
Yeah.
arc.
All aboard the arc. That was the
Yeah.
first game. Yeah.
Because before James and Jen came along, we already started
Yeah.
on that game. So they came in. Actually, release na siya, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. We got
More
more
or less.
when we were still talking.
Yeah.
So that was our first time.
The first game. All aboard the arc.
Arc.
I remember one of the struggles were more of technical. It's like, okay, we're about to publish a game. The first game we made was well, as a team, it was One Punch Hero.
One Punch Hero.
And I remember that time. It was around I think September or October. And then right around that time we were about to publish the new iOS version came out and it screwed up everything. And it's like our first time. Oh, what happened? Why can't the game run anymore? Because it's the new iOS version. Oh, so we need to wait for the Unity update to come out. And once that comes out, we
No one
can
like Mercy.
repackage it and try it out again. Yeah, I guess a lot of technical challenges, and then from publishing to iOS is another animal in itself. You have to go through the process of it being reviewed, and then sometimes it will be rejected because of this and that. So
Yeah, we went through a lot of rejections when we were just starting out because we would overlook one thing or another. And we learned a lot back then, even like preparing different icon sizes, preparing the certificates for building your game, stuff like that. That's even like beyond the making the game itself, making it so that the store accepts it.
yes,
It's a
So
different,
complying to
separate
the
challenge.
store's standards,
Requirements.
Yes.
requirements.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things after making the game that you have to think about, and once you publish, and then another struggle is marketing the game.
Yes.
How do you promote it?
Exactly.
How do you get people to download?
How do you acquire users?
Users,
players?
and I think that's another episode. I could go on about it.
Yeah, that was I think one of the first challenges we encountered.
Okay, guys, do you remember any of our struggles when we
Yeah,
started?
basically what to do. Okay, now we're
Not
together.
this.
What do we do?
For me, I had fun naman eh.
With those struggles.
Yeah, it was fun. The development itself was very fun. We learned a lot of new things. We came up with ways to animate characters. This was for One Punch Hero, and it was the first time that we all started working together when it came to character designs, logos, and just like who to put in the game. It was very fun. Yeah.
You all voted back then.
Yeah, we had a big sit-down session up there, and we listed everyone we wanted in the game. Basically, everyone we wanted to, punch in the face.
Fictional and non-fictional.
Yeah, both. Yeah. Yeah, it was very fun. The planning was fun. Development was fun. The App Store stuff, not so fun.
Yeah,
but yeah, you have to go through that sort of thing.
Yeah, overall it was a fun experience. I would say.
Despite all the struggles.
Despite the struggles, it's still a fun experience.
Version came out and
It's fun and scary.
What's scary? What's so scary?
Because you create this thing that you don't know if it's people will play it or not. So it's always scary. But yeah, it's part of the process you have to do.
Taking risks.
Yeah, taking risks.
And I think that's one of the things that you need in order to start an indie game goes to taking a big risk, which you guys took.
Yes.
Alright.
I guess a lot of technical.
Okay, so
From publishing.
question. Is it easy to start game development?
You have to go through the.
It's far easier now than before when you're talking about technology, like just the technology, or just the barriers to making a game. There's so many tools now to make a game, both for art and for programming, that anyone with internet access can make a game.
You learned a lot.
Now, making a good game is
That's a different.
It's another story.
yeah, it's another story.
But yeah, like Jed said, when you start, there's always the internet. There's so much tutorials that you can use. There's so much free frameworks that you can use also. So the barrier to entry is very low. But yeah, again, the quality of the output is totally different. It comes with experience, proper planning, and of course the vision of the end product that you want it to be. So yeah. But to start.
It also differs, like whether do you want to make a game for a living, or is it just like something in you that you have to get out, like a hobby or like a pet project. Because if you're thinking about the former, you also have to think about how you're going to stay alive during the whole process. Like you can't just plug away for 4 years without a job trying to make this game. So you have to think about that as well. Like, how much is it going to cost you to make this game? What are you going to do about it when it's out? How long is it going to take you to make the game? So many things.
How long you're going to support it?
How long you will support it, yeah.
We have an incoming question on Facebook. It's from Fernando Sinistro. And he says...
Parang super villain.
Yellow
Super
Lanterns.
villain surname. How do you guys feel the market today with different options like Steam Greenlight, PlayStation Network, Nintendo eShop, and Windows Store? And thanks for the stream. Thanks for watching.
Welcome. Thank you for watching.
That's a good question. It's now it's varied. You can all the platforms are there. If you want PC, sell your game on Steam. If you want to make a game for the Switch, you can simply upload it to the eStore. So yeah, it's very accessible. Like I said, the barrier to entry is very low. To distribute, it's very easy now. Google Play, the Apple App Store, just pay some fees and just publish. You can self-publish basically. So yeah, it's very easy. Very encouraging.
I can only say good things about what's happened to the landscape when it comes to game distribution today. Yeah, we have Greenlight, PSN, all that, all those services, and yeah, but like what James said, you can do the publishing yourself, and that is a big deal. It's not like before, 15 years ago. You would have to look for a publisher to get your game out, and that is a different challenge in itself.
So it's like finding, let's say you're a comic artist and you're gonna find a comic publisher for your.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone will distribute your product and sell your product. And now you can do it yourself.
Yep. Very similar to like, blogging. You can basically self-publish any written work that you want. Say now it's same with games. You can self-publish as to your heart's content.
I guess yung disadvantage naman nun, lalo na for indie developers, is that mas saturated yung market.
What do you mean by saturated?
It's so easy for anyone to release a game. So ang daming games na lumalabas. So masyadong
Marami.
content.
Right.
Consumers.
So
that's the downside.
Yeah.
So it all boils down to your content. If it's really good, if your game is good, it will get noticed. It will be featured. But if it's mediocre, it will be buried with everybody else who's trying to get up there.
Kasi yung recent stats, Google and Apple, parang for Apple, every day about 300 games are released.
300
games. For Google, I think every month they claimed it was about 25,000 games.
Wow.
Per month.
Per month.
Per month.
Yeah. So imagine how
That's a lot.
developers are developing your games. Releasing. So it's hard to compete with a lot of people,
Yes.
especially for indie developers.
Yeah.
Us na, we don't have that big of a marketing budget. For AAA companies, they can manage.
Yeah.
So
It's no problem.
Yeah. So yun lang I think yung downside naman of having all these app stores and distribution channels.
Yeah. Well, there's some pressure, especially in indies, to stand out.
Yeah.
I think that's where marketing comes in, right?
Yeah, part of it. Yes.
Pressure.
Really? Yeah,
Market.
Good for the consumers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good for the consumers. Definitely. Okay, so I hope that answers your question. So,
Fernando Sinistro.
Sinestro from
Thanks
the Yellow
for-
Lantern Corner.
What? Thanks for that question. Moving on. So, after answering the question, is it easy to start game development? The next one is, what's your general strategy in making games?
Originally for Popsicle, I believe when we started it out with Eric, the idea was to make very small games, casual games, that are
Yes.
quick to develop, hence Popsicle Games. So it's like a bite-sized game app.
Do you have like a time span?
When we first conceptualized it, we wanted it like a month's development time only. So if we could, just 1 month, and then we should be able to make a game and then publish it immediately.
Is that fast enough for making it
Well,
1 month?
apparently we are quite fast enough. That's actually fast because I've heard some people are developing like sometimes months, even a year. Now that we're making mid-core games, we're actually going to that territory. We're like developing for like months, even a year. So we kind of know how it feels as well. So, but back then we used to develop games like 1 month's development time and then publish it immediately. But now we're kind of moving away from that slowly. But I'm not sure if we have some games in the pipeline we're gonna be developing that's also as small as well again in the future. I hope so. So that's one of the strategies before.
When we started, kasi we had a long-term goal and a short-term goal. Long-term goal is, of course, to be able to become profitable and make the games that we love to play, we want to make them. And of course, to be able to do that, we have to sustain ourselves first. So yung short-term goal naman was to make small games that can sustain us, make revenue for us to achieve that long-term goal. So parang stepping stone yung small games, and then eventually make bigger games.
So all these current titles of Popsicle Games are the small games that you're talking about?
Yeah,
Majority,
say
yeah.
yes.
Most of it.
The exception would be Mighty Alpha Droid, being developed for more than a month now. We started development September And up to now, we're still updating. September last year, and up to now, we're still releasing some new updates. So that's the exception. But all the previous games before Mighty Alpha Droid were done in a month's time. And I would say we learned a lot from making all those games. Since it was quick and easy, we were able to refine the process, refine the planning, the pre-production, and then of course the execution until we came to Mighty Alpha Droid. And I think it kind of came together from all our experiences into that one product.
Another incoming question from Fernando Sinistro. So, which was your most common challenge or mistake as a studio when you create a game? And which some great advice you received in this industry? Thanks again. Thanks again to Fernando.
Common problem that I see with newly established studios these days is that they don't have a business model. They just want to make a game. Then after they make a game, they don't have a plan on how to make money of it or how they can sustain themselves for the next X couple of months. So, dapat yung business model should be determined from the beginning pa lang. How do you guys want to make money? How can you support yourselves? So, dapat masama lahat yung cost, yung expenses nyo. Kasi most of, especially the younger developers, they just want to make the games that they want to make without even thinking how they're going to make money off it. And just like what Jed said a while ago, if it's a hobby, that's good. Kasi it's a learning experience for the developers. But if you're planning to sustain yourself, you would need income, you would need revenue. So it's a different story pag na-release mo na yung game mo and then you find out na wala palang revenue makukuha out of it.
You have to treat it as a business. We make games, but of course, first and foremost, it's a business. How do you get your cash flow going? How will you project your runway, your financial runway for the next months or years? And how do you make up for everything, your cost? And you have to keep it minimal when you're starting out. And you have to really, as I said, treat it as a business first and foremost.
So it all boils down to what Eric said earlier, which is to have a long-term and a short-term goal, or in other words, a business model.
Yes.
Okay, thanks for that question, Fernando. Hope we answered it for you.
We have a question
from I cannot read. I'm sorry. Martin.
How do you earn profit?
No, but who's asking?
That's from Rice Bow Pirate.
Oh, Rice Bow
Pirate.
Thanks for joining.
How do you earn?
Hey, matey. So how do you earn profit?
How is ads, right? And in-app purchases?
You have different routes.
Yeah, lots of options.
Yeah, you have lots of options. Right now, the one we're looking at right now is rewarded video ads. It's very lucrative right now. The ECPM is really high.
What's ECPM?
I forget the term, but it's the thing that
it's the thing that says how much you're earning.
Yes, the value.
Ads.
Yeah, from ads.
Okay.
So look it up. Just Google it. But yes, rewarded video ads is the new thing. Everybody, especially Google, is really promoting it. You can also always go with the in-app purchase route or IAPs, but that's a bit more difficult because you have to think a lot of things on how to funnel the player into buying in-app.
I think that's more connected on the game itself.
The game itself. There's a lot of game design that you have to think about on funneling players to buying your in-app purchases. And are these items worth their money? Will they keep buying it? Or will it just be a one-time purchase? So there's a lot of things to think about, but it's of course the most preferred way of making money through in-app. But if you want to make simple games, try to go for rewarded video ads. And there are a lot of networks that provide that right now. Just simply Google it.
So, we hope that answered your question on how do you earn?
How do you earn profit?
How do you earn profit? The traditional way is, of course, to sell your game.
Yes. You can also go to the paid school, the paid route.
Since there are apps that not for free. You need to
the premium apps.
You need to pay for it to play it.
Yeah.
Some games, yes.
But for our games,
it's mostly free to play, and majority we earn through ads. And there's a follow-up question from Rice Bowl Pirate. So at this moment, your revenue comes mostly from your game. Yes, yes. Definitely, it comes from our games. I guess 90% of the revenue comes from the games. So, I hope we answered your question again, sir or ma'am.
Pirate.
Rice Bowl Pirate.
We are. So, are we done with answering what's your general strategy in making games? Or do you guys have anything to add to it?
I guess we're done.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. How did you grow the team? How did you grow Popsicle Games as a team?
Okay. I guess it's not. We did set out to hire a lot of people.
Yeah,
at the get-go.
I think a better question first to ask is why.
Why
did we grow in the first place? Before how?
So let's answer that. Why did you guys grow in the first place?
Yeah. Well, beyond James and both of us, James and me, when we were starting out with Pixel Kit, without the help of Eric and Martin, we did want to do apps and maybe eventually games, but we didn't have the programming capability to do that. Like, okay, I had an art background, but we needed a programmer.
Yes.
So there we sought out to hire a programmer. Yeah. And we went through some people.
You wanna?
Are
we gonna
got some story to share?
Maybe a different episode for that. But yeah, so the idea was we needed someone who knew how to program the things that we wanted to make. So we had to look for someone. Yeah. And I think that was the first, what's the word? The first reason why we had to grow the team.
Yeah, it's going back to being self-aware and feeling the things that that you lack. So that's why we hire people to complement the team and to do the technical work before Eric came, of course. And then from there, as the games grew, so we made games. We needed to see in which holes do we need to fill up.
Yeah, there was too much work for me as the artist, or maybe for us. So we had to take on another artist, and then there was still some work that needed to be done. So we decided to take on some interns, and because of that, we had to develop the program for the interns.
Yeah.
So you can't just sit them there and make them do stuff. You have to make sure they're learning something as well, and they have something to take with them after their internship. So we had to work on that as well, and at the same time we had to make sure that they were developing the proper skills that they could contribute to our projects.
Yes.
So like hitting two birds with one stone.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. Yes.
I think your internship, we're still hiring interns.
Yes, we're still looking for more interns.
Yes.
If you're interested.
Especially on
game developers.
Yes. Those with background in programming, coding.
If you're based in the Philippines, please send your resumes to hello@popsiclegames.com.
And that's hello@popsiclegames.com.
Yes.
So that answers why did you grow your team. So then we go to how did you grow your team.
I guess we grew it based from what we needed as we moved along. As, as we added more games to our catalog, we felt like we need more people to work on those past games so that we can all the four of us can move on to new projects. So we just felt the need to hire additional people. So we went from there.
Yeah.
So that's how you guys expanded to what the team now, which is you four co-founders, and then one marketing person, one graphic artist or multimedia artist, and one programmer.
Yes.
And the interns, of course. Okay, so what kind of people did you? Oh, I just I just enumerated it. But there's a question here. What kind of people did you hire?
What kind of people?
Yeah. Coming from, of course, the startup that Jed and I belong to.
Which is Pixel Kit?
Pixel Kit.
Yes.
We have a lot of horror stories about hiring the wrong people. But yeah, it's just a matter of knowing what kind of culture you want in your studio, first and foremost, and then of course the technical skills. But most importantly, it's what kind of person that you want. What kind of person you want to work with. If it's desirable, if it's
No, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
You have all of these articles online about how to hire properly and what to watch out for.
Yes.
And I think
Do they have-
James and I did our research in terms of that sort of thing. But you never really understand what. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. What a bad hire means until they're right there in front of you.
yeah. It's
It's too late.
exactly. It's
Until
too late. It's
making your
like
life miserable.
it's like pulling teeth. You need to do it quick. You have to do it. If it's a bad hire, you have to. Sorry, but you have to cut them off already. Cut that person out of your team. It's to preserve your culture, to preserve the morale of the team, and then you learn from your lesson. And when you start looking for people again, it's through the whole process of interviewing, getting to know that person's character. Well, personally, when I interview people, I usually don't look at the grades. I don't look at if this person was like a summa cum laude. Well, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
What I look at is like the character of the person. If this person is willing to learn, is this person a know-it-all? If it's a know-it-all, is this person is he or she willing to learn more stuff about whatever that she needs to do? So basically, personality trumps skill for me.
That's speaking from experience.
From
Since
experience.
You're the HR of the team.
Yes.
And some people will just annoy you. They might have the right
Plain annoying.
skills, they might have the right background or attitude, but there are people that you can't stand, and that's a no-no.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you're planning to join a game studio or looking for a job any other else, do a self-reflection of yourself. And if you think your personality is good, then good for you. If you think there's something lacking or something negative, try to fix that and then see from there.
So, I got from your sharing, personality is greater than having the right skill set. Is that correct?
You need some sort of skill, obviously. When I look at the skills, I usually look at the basic level. Of course, if the person, like if we're looking for an artist, if the person can't draw, obviously you don't hire that person, right?
Yeah, you would not get the interview in the first place.
So if you have the basic skills, and then the next step is of course a personality. So usually what happens is, okay, this person is like super good. but the personality is not that good. Then that's where we weigh it out. So if she's like a magna cum laude or summa cum laude, she's always a consistent dean's lister, but her personality stinks. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
And sometimes it's not like someone who's objectively annoying. So there are people who don't fit right with us as other people. Like we can see that there's going to be conflict here. Like you're perfectly fine. You're good for who you are, but I don't think I can stand being with you day in and day out. So that's not a knock on their personality. It's more of the compatibility with the rest of the team.
Yes, that's the word.
So I guess when you're starting out any company or for your studio, I think it's nice to articulate what kind of culture your company will have. Once you have that down, it's easier for you to hire people or to look for partners or other team members, and then everything will fall into place.
So, since it has been established that Popsicle Games is turning into 2 years,
2 years.
years old, and the startup life is still slowly sinking in.
Never sinks in.
It never sinks in. What keeps you motivated and keeps you on going for Popsicle Games?
Maybe Eric can answer since you've
Motivation.
been
Motivation.
You're
That's a
the
great question.
wow.
Well, first and foremost, I think what motivates all four of us is games in general. Because we love playing games, we love talking about games, we love talking about game ideas. So whenever we brainstorm on a new game idea, it sparks each one of us, and gets us going, makes us want to maybe create a prototype of that game and see if it works. It starts from there. It always starts from there. And for me, one other thing that motivates me is one of the reasons why I invited these guys, because it's different when you have a team rather than you're working alone.
Yes.
You are your own boss, pero ang hirap din if you don't have anyone to help you motivated, keep you motivated. So, to be honest, these guys motivated me as well to keep hustling, keep on pushing. Kasi you never know sa games naman, in this business, I was telling James always na just need one hit to be able to sustain yourself for a long time. So that's my opinion.
What about the others?
I think that's a big deal, and the same idea has kept me going ever since, even when I was a student. It always pays to have people alongside you, and for you to know that there are people around you working as hard as you are to achieve the same goal, and it keeps you going. It's different, like what Eric said. If you're alone, and you have no one to, I guess, to project yourself onto. So yeah, that works. And yeah, being gamers is always a plus. Yeah, I think we're the type of people who see game ideas in basically everything. Like ideas pop in your head, like, oh, that should be a game, or what if this were a game? And it makes me glad to know that these guys are here for me to voice my opinions too. Like, oh, I saw this thing out there, and let's make a game about it.
It's like basically that. How about Martin?
Well, for me, I actually have a wish list or a bucket list of games I want to make. So my biggest motivation is to make Popsicle Games as big as possible, so that we're really, really big and we're really well known. I could actually start making the games and cross them off my bucket list. So that's, for me, that's my biggest motivator. And slowly, I'm glad that our games are slowly getting there.
Yes.
They're getting bigger, they're getting more complex, and I'm actually happy for that.
Maybe we have to see your bucket.
Yeah, I wonder what.
Yeah, you have to share your
I
bucket.
wonder-
It's in a notebook. I have to hide it.
Next World of Warcraft.
Street Fighter.
Next Street Fighter.
Yeah, actually Street Fighter. Yeah, that's
Next-
actually one of it.
The next
That's
Dangerous.
The
That's
next
one of-
Battletoads.
No please. But yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Minesweeper.
Solitaire. For me, I guess, what motivates me is it's something that I love doing. It's making games. I never in my life imagined that I would grow up to make games because just some context coming from a Filipino Chinese family, you usually take your path is already set. It's either if you have a family business, you usually work with a family business. If you are not with a family business and your families are full of doctors, you usually become a doctor, a lawyer, whatever.
Yes.
Nothing about making games or anything. Like, again, it's a crazy idea. So for me I have this opportunity to make games, so make most out of it if I can. So and that's enough motivation for me to keep pushing. We got another question from Rice Bowl Pirate. Did you guys get external funding or rely on personal savings when you guys started out?
That's a good question.
Okay, so we basically are self-funded. We have not yet received any external funding from investors, or we did not ask for any seed money. So it's all self-funded.
So that's who's that again?
Rice Bowl Pirate.
Rice Bowl Pirate.
Apparently he likes to know the money.
Over on Twitch.
Yeah, money matters.
Yes, so most of it, his or her questions about money. After hearing your motivations or what keeps you going, our last question: what are your plans for the future? As Popsicle Games, of course.
Check off the bucket list.
Yes, that's the first one.
No,
Check off
let's make the company bigger first.
Check off Martin's bucket list.
Retire by 50 years old.
That's for the future.
How far in the future?
Yeah, how far?
Yeah, that's a very big.
5 years,
It's
10 years.
Let's say 10 years from now.
10 years.
Okay, 10 years.
Years.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be sustainable by then.
Yeah. Our vision was to still have a relatively small team.
Yeah.
Not as big as what Martin probably is.
How big are you? How big of a team are you imagining?
Ubisoft?
No.
These are
Is Rovio good enough?
How big is the Rovio?
Oh, Rovio is
quite big, quite big.
Quite big, quite big. Okay. Or Supercell, something like that, yeah.
Maybe around 20, 30 people.
Yeah,
It's
something like that.
already considered the big team in the game industry.
Yeah, I think.
Depends on what kind of game you're making.
Yeah.
Ah.
So,
So
yeah.
to answer the question,
Plans for the future.
Plans for the
Plans for
future.
the future.
10 years.
I think one of our plans is to get into the PC and
Ah, yeah.
console platforms.
Ah.
Switch
Yes.
platforms.
We've been doing mobile for the past 2 years now, so
Hmm.
one of our plans is to get into other platforms.
You mean for
Probably
Steam? Steam?
Yeah,
Steam.
Maybe Switch.
Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
We
Consoles.
play a lot of those games. So
Yeah.
it's only natural you want to see. Like, you want to break into that sort of thing.
And make more games.
I think that's the thing. Like, in the future, like in 10 years, I wish I'm still making games.
Making games.
I don't think it gets more complex than that.
That's the only.
Staying here making games, I feel today is challenge enough. It's a big enough challenge that I would consider it an achievement if I were still doing, if I were still making games in 10 years.
It's a good answer. It's a good answer. I guess the major plan is to cross platforms, create more games, maybe multiplayer games.
Yes.
Yeah, more of that.
But yeah, let's make, I guess, different kinds of games. If VR is a hit, then maybe VR games.
VR.
VR.
If not VR, maybe AR.
AR.
All those
Whatever
Rs.
R is coming next.
Whatever the next big thing is.
Reality.
Joel ko on Facebook ads.
Oh, it's
Joel.
Joel! Hi,
Joel.
Joel!
Hey.
See you in Singapore.
Expand into AAA.
Yes! Yes!
Like?
Yeah, making bigger games. When you say AAA games, usually you have a big budget. It's created
Like Ubisoft level.
like Ubisoft level, exactly.
Part of my bucket list.
Yeah, the next Assassin's Creed.
That's I guess in the back of our minds, it's always the vision to create like a AAA game. We want to do it, but yeah, right now it's not feasible. It's very hard. Expensive.
Expensive, yeah, super expensive.
So once we get the funding, or once we get enough money or revenue, maybe we can start thinking about the AAA games. Hopefully soon.
If you want to donate to us. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Nice
But
plug.
yeah.
Hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe.
Subscribe
please.
button.
No, we're not yet affiliates.
Oh.
We're not yet
Yeah.
Twitch. We're not
Let's
yet.
get started on
We're not yet partners.
But you can help us by trying out our games.
Yes, please.
That's on popsiclegames.com/games. And the one we're marketing right now is Mighty Alpha
Mighty
Droid.
Alpha.
Yes, we're
Yes.
pushing for Mighty Alpha Droid. We're actually gonna join. We're actually part of the Indie Prize competition in Singapore for Casual Connect Asia, which is happening on May 16 to 18.
Is that next?
Yes.
That's next week.
2 weeks from now.
So if you'll be in Casual Connect, please don't forget to say hi to us.
Yes, or Popsicle Games. So right now you're taking baby steps.
Yes,
Yes.
it's
Into
all
the
baby
AAA
steps.
games.
So we have somebody from Twitch.
Yeah.
Money. Yes.
Yes.
With a lot of
Yes.
peace. Hello from Malaysia. Hello. What is more important? Doing a game that you like, or doing a game that you think the market would like? That's a really good question.
Yes, it is. I'm curious to know your answers.
Siguro for me, it depends. Kasi if you're a hobbyist, like what we were talking about before, then make the game that you like. Because it will motivate you and allow you to learn more about your craft, the technical know-how, making a game. But if you're planning to if you're looking for sustainability and you need revenue, of course you have to make the game that the market wants. You can find the sweet spot naman between
Yes,
maybe the
yes.
game that you
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
I was
Find
gonna say,
a sweet spot.
You can always find.
Just do both.
Do both. Yeah.
Make something the market would want, so
Yeah.
that you sustain yourself.
Yes.
And maybe make it your end goal to do the game that you really want to make. I guess that would make it more important in a way. Like,
Yeah.
it's more important to make the game that you like, but for you to get there, you have to make something that sustains you.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Again, it's all about balance. And I think that Eric said was a really good tip. If you're starting out and if you want to tinker with game development, then make the game that you like. Once you mastered everything, now it's time to think about the business and see what the market likes, create some prototypes, an MVP, and then get it out there. If it works, then keep making it. If it doesn't, then move on to the other project and see what the market would like, or if the game has a market fit. So, yeah.
Speaking of sweet spot, actually, I know this is a little bit of a plug, but in a way, Mighty Alpha Droid is that kind of game. We looked at the market and we saw that word games are a big thing, but at the same time, I'm a big fan of action games. So if you notice the way Mighty Alpha Droid was designed, it has that adventure part on top, but there's a word game on the bottom. So in a way, that's actually a good way of looking around it. Like, if you can't make the game that you want, then make the game that people would want, but at least wrap around what you would like to see in that game. Something like that.
Yeah. So
And that's a good example.
Yeah.
Mighty Alpha Droid,
actually, yeah.
it's came out really well. I mean, not to pat ourselves in the back, but I'm not a super word game fan myself, but I find myself playing it more than outside just from testing the game. So it appeals to me.
So have you unlocked that levels already?
No, it's too hard. No, and I keep getting new builds, so I keep on resetting the game.
Yeah,
yes.
starting from level 1.
Level 1, I have to start
Always.
always. I can buy in-app purchases for free. It's the fun in that.
How can you buy in-app for free?
Yeah.
Secretly riding on this time.
I'm not even paying.
You feel betrayed after knowing that.
I'm still on level 2.
So Money will be at Casual Connect.
Oh,
yeah,
thank
so
you.
Hello.
Jed and I will be there.
Yeah, see you there.
And Abby, who's our artist, who's out there. So just if you see us, please say hi. We'll be glad to meet you and talk about game development or whatever. If you want to have a drink, sure. Buy us a beer. Yeah. What were we talking about, anyways?
The last question was plans for the future,
Plans
but I
for
think we answered Money's
Money,
last
yes.
question, which is
Yes.
making a game that you
Yeah.
like, or
Yes.
making a game that the market likes. And about Mighty Alpha Droid. I think it's already out in
Yes.
the Android
Pretty
App
good
Play
place.
Store, yes,
Yeah,
and
early
also
access.
in iOS.
In some regions, but it's better if you have an Android.
Yes.
It's the most updated.
Yeah, you get the latest.
You get the latest
Yeah.
build on Android.
So yeah, download Mighty Alpha Droid on Android and give us your feedback if
Yep.
that's the product of our hard work, Mighty Alpha Droid.
Yes.
So an incoming question on Facebook. It's by Hamza Malik.
Hello, Andrew.
Hey.
So what about the market of simulation and shooting games on these stores?
Oh, it's-
Like Huawei or Play Store?
Okay.
Simulation games.
Example of simulation games.
Could I see the question?
Are those like tycoon games?
Simulation
There's a
and
lot
shooting
of-
games.
Shooting games.
On stores just like Huawei or Play Store. What is Huawei?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
Huawei.
What region
Huawei.
is it? It must be a third party store. But
Mm.
simulation games are always nice to make, but very hard. There are a dime a dozen right now. So again, it's finding the balance and how to stand out, but not be too unfamiliar. Has to be familiar in some ways. But yeah, simulation games are good to make. Shooting games, on the other hand, I guess are for the more hardcore, mid-core players. Usually the males will go for that. So if you think your demographic leans toward that kind of game, then go ahead and make it. Depends on what kind of shooting game. Is it first person, third person?
Yeah.
Both have pros and cons in making it. So yeah. I hope that answers your question.
That's from Hamza Malik. Thanks for watching our second episode of Real Talk with Popsicle Games. And another one on Facebook. It's Fernando Sinistro is back. Is still watching us. Wow,
Yes,
thank you very much.
Yellow.
So he has a lengthy question. Here he goes. Which interesting game-related events exists in Philippines? He's just curious. He's actually from Brazil, and he says, "I hope in a year from now, I hope I have a demo from my first game. It's entitled Blood Moon Zero. So thanks again."
Sounds
Yeah,
Cool.
it sounds like my kind of thing.
Yeah. Like blood. Was that
Boy. Mhm.
Events in the Philippines.
Yes.
Well, the events that we've attended, or the event that we have attended, was ESGS, or what does ESGS? Electronic
Electronic
Sports
Gaming Summit.
Summit.
Yes.
Whatever.
Gaming Summit. Yeah.
Just look for it, ESGS. It usually happens on the fourth quarter of the year, around end of October to November. It's a really big show here in the Philippines. It's been happening for about 2 years, 3 years.
2 years.
now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So it's going on for its third year this year. We will be there. And all the big boys will be there. Ubisoft, Capcom, I think was there. Sony was there. Yeah. So the big boys and some indies, and a lot of indies will be there as well. Like us, will be there. Another show that happened this year was what was it?
PGF?
No.
Was that the one you attended?
The one in January.
Yeah.
The one we attended.
You mean
The one with the indie pitch?
GM.
Yes. They had the
It's
first.
not always here. Eh?
No, yeah, they have a lot.
It's international.
I think their main show is in China,
Yeah.
and they just happened to have one for Philippines this year, and it's their first one in the Philippines. So it's a nice. It's a good event to attend. It's very B2B or business to business. So if you're looking for publishers or third-party game stores or ad networks, that would be a good show to attend also. ESGS on the other hand is a B2C event, business to consumer. So if you're looking for people to play your game, to get some feedback or general exposure, ESGS is a good event to attend.
What about the recently held PGF?
The PGF is more for, I would say, esports. Esports.
Okay.
If you have a game that's very esports or has the potential to be an esport, you should attend that. But if you're a casual game or other kinds of games, I'm not so sure if that's a good event to attend.
So, thank you very much, Fernando from Brazil.
From Brazil.
Wow. So, another incoming question from
yes.
Hamza Malik.
Thank you.
Oh no, it's actually more of a statement. So I have around 300 simulation, racing, and shooting games on iOS and Android. Wow.
Big time!
I have developed my studio a couple of years ago. It's great you guys talking about games and stuff. Love your show, guys.
Thanks for
Thanks for watching.
Wow, that's 300.
300, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So when did you start?
Wow.
What's your studio name?
And what's your studio name?
Yeah.
What's your
How
studio
do
we'll
you
look you
download
up.
your games?
On iOS. Why mainly iOS and not Android? I'm asking the questions. It's a good question.
But he says it's also on Android.
Oh, it's nice. Okay.
And I'm actually looking forward to Fernando's Blood Moon Zero.
Yeah.
The rest
Oh,
of the
yeah,
title is
absolutely.
out there.
Yeah. You should let us know when it's out or you have a build.
Yeah.
Yes, keep in touch
Yeah,
with
play it.
Popsicle
I'd love to play it.
Games. So,
And I guess I was waiting for this question, but are there any advantages in publishing one or the other platform, Android or iOS?
for this is for mobile game developers.
Mobile game developers.
Yes.
Maybe Eric
Yeah.
can answer that.
Advantages.
Or disadvantages.
For both Android and iOS.
Well, technically, as indie developers, to maximize your profitability, you should release on both platforms. So that way, you get to cover around 90+% of the market. No? Pero as far as advantages and disadvantages go, it's easier to release on Android because they don't have an approval process that you have to go through whenever you submit a new game. And also the barrier to entry is cheaper because you only pay like a one-time fee on Google. Unlike on iTunes where you pay like $99 per year
Per year.
to be able to submit and release games.
Yes.
How much again?
$99 per year.
American
And Google,
dollars.
I think it's $30.
Now it's $30.
Yeah, I think $30.
When we
It's a
started,
one-time-
it was,
One-time
Time
fee
fee.
pa yun.
It's a one-time fee.
when we started, it was $20.
Yeah.
20 yun. It's 30.
Now it's 30. Okay.
Oh, not sure. Actually,
Everything
not
is
sure
getting
now.
expensive.
But still not that expensive as iOS. You just have to pay once.
So if you're going to release for iOS, you have to be more serious if you look at the costs involved.
Yeah.
Because you would have to get your money back.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
an extra $99 to
To
make
add
up.
to your cost.
Yeah.
Every year.
To over it.
Yes. And as far as development goes naman, I would say it's easier to develop for iOS because you have fewer devices to support. you only have like the iPhone
Yes.
5, the 6, the 7, and
The
iPad.
if you develop for iPhone 7, it's always backward compatible. Don't have any problems running it on lower phone models. And we also have the iPad. And apart from that, that's just it. Those are the iOS devices. Unlike Android, you have a lot of models that,
Yes.
especially the ones that don't reach the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have a hard time supporting those models. I think we have a lot of China
Phones.
made phones that we don't have here, and most of the time we have issues with.
Yeah, we see some from user feedback.
Yes.
People would be using this phone that we can't get our hands on.
Yeah. So those are the limitations. But generally it's better to create for both. Yeah.
We have an incoming question from Christopher Castro from Cebu.
Whoa.
Eh,
Cebu
wow.
lechon.
Ooh, Cebu lechon sounds nice right now. So, I'm from Cebu and I have been inviting friends to learn and build apps and games. But it seems that commitment really affects the outcome, which is kind of hard.
Okay.
So, any advice you can give from our friend over here from Cebu?
Commitment. I guess, again, it all boils down to your planning. Know what the end goal of the game that you want it to be. At the same time, be very realistic about yourself. How much of the game can you build at this time frame? And then just simply try to reach that goal and commit. And if you're feeling burned out, and you feel burned out, maybe it's time to take a break a bit. Do something else.
Yeah, maybe set a definite goal.
But yeah.
That would be like the first step. At least you know what you're working towards.
Also, it helps like a smaller scope of a game. Because if you have a really big scope of a game, that might be a reason for your friends to like flake out or get burned out. So making it simpler, making it smaller, just getting it out there is probably a better plan. Yeah, that's it.
So, in addition to that, he says, how did you guys find each other, like the team? Did you, earlier, did you discuss that in detail?
Yeah.
How we found each other. Well, I've known this guy. Man, like since high school. And he played in a band.
Yeah.
And then we met Eric. How did we meet Eric?
Online.
Yeah, we met you online.
Online lang, I only met you once.
Yeah, kasi we advertised on
Elevator Joe.
What's Elevator
One of
Joe?
Eric's
ON
gigs.
Geek.
Yeah, ON Geek.
Through ON Geek, yeah.
And I think JV.
Yeah.
JV Fernandez.
We had a common friend.
So if you're watching JV, thank you very much. But yeah, that's how we met. It's very what's the word? How do I?
Got to believe in man.
Yes.
Exactly. Karaoke naman.
May mic na.
Yeah, but yeah, it's I guess I don't know. It's just luck.
Or is it fate?
Maybe fate.
Got to
Fate.
be magic.
But yeah, what kind of game are you making, anyways? K Christopher. Please tell us about your game. But yeah, I guess the for motivation, just keep yourself motivated, keep the end goal in mind, set a time frame, and yeah, just keep on doing it. And NSA surveillance. I don't know if this is a troll question, but he's asking, what does indie mean?
That's over on Twitch.
What?
On Twitch.
NSA
On
surveillance?
Twitch. Yes, that's his name.
Oh,
NSA
okay,
surveillance.
yeah. NSA surveillance.
What does indie?
National Statistics Authority?
No, or the National
Surveillance.
Agency.
That's
Okay.
NSO.
You're probably.
Yeah, what does indie mean anyways? Since you're
Define.
talking about
Define indie. I guess that's a good question.
Indie means independent.
Yeah. You are not what you call this? Well, for me, when I say when I hear indie is small, may or may not be self-funded, have limited resource. Basically, a startup game development studio. And yeah, you're not controlled by stockholders. You are not under a big public company. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that, like that definition.
So yeah, NSA, the National Security Agency.
Oh, there we go, National Security Agency.
Of the US.
The US, yeah. We're being monitored right now.
Oh.
Scary.
Thanks you, Trump. President. I was gonna say Obama, but no, it's
Outdated.
So I hope that answers your question, NSA surveillance.
Well, AJ is
I am late again.
Hello.
You're always late.
Hello.
No, but thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
So, any other stuff you want to talk about? Guys? I'm actually curious. Have you told how you formed the name Popsicle Games?
Oh yeah, I guess it's a question for Eric and Martin.
Yeah.
Because the name Popsicle
Why
Games,
Popsicle
This
Games?
is
Oh,
before our joining, it's already Popsicle.
Oh my god.
I
Martin
see.
can explain that.
I think,
You were eating a popsicle.
no, not
Really?
really. We were
What
eating
flavor?
shawarma.
Ube.
No, I think we're
I
eating.
think it was
Shawarma.
I think we're eating
Shawarma!
shawarma. Because we were
Why not
discussing.
shawarma games?
Okay, just a little context. Because when we met up to form Popsicle Games, me and Eric met up at SM somewhere in a mall in the Philippines, and then we discussed like how to build the name because we needed to reserve the email, the website, and we thought of something that pretty much supports our mantra of making small bite-sized games. So we thought of a lot of games like, I don't know, snack, taco, burrito,
games.
something,
Burrito
yeah,
games.
something along those lines. And then we checked all of those sites, and then there's actually it's either already
Taken?
registered or
Ah.
taken,
Ah.
and the only word that came up that has a word and a game attached to it is Popsicle. Even in Facebook, Twitter.
I'm surprised that wasn't taken.
I'm also surprised as
What
well.
are our other options?
Blue. That's why one of our
Blue Games.
Blue Games. One of our
We
what's
got
our
other
blue?
food in.
Yeah, like nacho
Nacho game.
Nacho game.
Nacho game.
These are
Nacho
nacho
games.
games.
Donut.
These are our games.
Donut.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
We also have
that one.
donut games. So
Donut.
it could have been
Donut
donut
games.
games, but unfortunately somebody already took that. Even Quick Fire, I think.
Quick Fire. That
But
sounds
the-
like a
Quick
show.
Fire
thing.
Quick Fire is already
Yeah,
Quick Fire games,
because quick.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we
sure.
wanted to make something
It's a
quick.
local company, right?
Yeah, so we ended up with Popsicle.
NSA surveillance asks, why not corn dog stick games?
Corn
What?
dogs.
Oh.
Lengthy.
Good
Corn
point.
dog.
What's with corn dogs?
Because probably
I don't know.
we
I
were
don't-
eating something else
I
at that
don't
time.
like corn dogs.
You know?
I don't.
You don't?
It's weird. It's just bread and then just
Bread and
hot dog.
hot dog.
And it's sweet
yes.
bread.
Yeah,
with
I
hot
wouldn't go
Ah.
for corn dogs if
Nacho
there were
wings.
hamburgers. Yeah.
We never thought of hamburger games.
Shut up. It's
Why
really
food? Why food?
Yeah, but it's not because some burgers are actually big, so they're not bite-sized. So something along those lines. Like
Shaw Pao games.
yeah, actually probably or show
Filipino
games.
food. Balut games.
Those are
Ano?
too local. Too local.
Yeah, that's
Too
too
local,
local.
too
Too local.
Yeah.
And NSA surveillance asks also. So if you guys are developers, what projects have you worked on? A lot.
Yeah.
You can check out our site, popsiclegames.com.
Slash
Written
games.
below.
Over
Yep.
Written below.
No.
Here?
Under table here.
Thereabouts.
Under
yeah.
the table.
Yeah.
Take a peek.
And we have games page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
everything there.
do try out Mighty Alpha Droid.
Yes.
And yeah.
Popsiclegames.com.
Are you guys Filipino, NSA surveillance? Yes, we are.
Yes.
We're from the Philippines.
Yeah.
I'm Spanish. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
You know.
You can say mabuhay.
Mabuhay. Maraming salamat po.
Yes.
Mahal ko kayo.
Yeah, there's a question from a YouTube.
Hello.
Sorry, what's it? Yes, we're,
Yeah.
we're live on YouTube.
What are you guys?
Developing right
I
now.
know.
So we're developing again. As I said, we're developing Mighty Alpha Droid. It's
Yes.
a word game / action game very highly inspired by the Mega Man series.
Yep.
So if you see the hero, it looks like Mega Man. The bosses look like the enemies in Mega Man. So yeah.
Yeah, that's Mighty Alpha Droid. You
Yes.
can search it on Play Store.
Google Play Store.
Google
yes.
Play Store.
On early access.
Yeah.
Prior to what you said earlier about the origin of Popsicle Games name,
Okay.
Joel Ko says Blue Games sounds wrong.
Blue Games.
Oh, in what way?
No, you sound wrong.
Oh wow!
But that's the color of our
I'm kidding.
popsicle.
I love Joel.
We
I love
the
Joel.
blue.
Is he also a local indie game developer?
No, he's a guy from Singapore.
Hey, guy from Singapore.
Sounds like a punchline. That's a guy from
No, really,
Singapore.
seriously.
Oh.
He's our friend. He's our friend.
Ah, okay.
So
Hello.
And
he's
following that, we have a Facebook user. It's Jingle Ho. Jingle Ho.
Jingle
He says, "Hi team, nice to contact with you guys. I am an indie mobile game developer in Hong Kong.
Oh,
hello.
Hey. As a developer, what is your most unforgettable story?"
most unforgettable story.
Unforgettable.
Definitely the failures.
Yeah.
Failures, like any specific stories?
It's like 80% for you. Just kidding. Well, unforgettable. Well, one good unforgettable thing was we were asked to come out on TV to be interviewed for a game called Vote Clicker because it was very timely because last year it was our presidential elections and we made a game about it. So yeah, we were asked to come out on TV, talk about the game. Some of them asked about our political motivations on making the game,
Oh yeah.
Okay,
which
yeah.
I was a bit taken aback. But it was a very good experience nevertheless, appearing on TV. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah, media mileage.
the media mileage was good.
Mileage.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But yeah. How about the negative stuff?
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable negative
Yes.
stuff.
Let me think. Yeah, I may be blocking out some things here. Seem to think of anything. Yeah, but for sure we had some.
Yeah, but a bunch. I guess small unforgettable stuff like kind of stupid stuff like losing the what you call that the key store.
Yeah.
Keys
Yeah.
from what?
It's a technical thing for
It
Android
was for One Punch Hero.
for One Punch
So
Hero.
it's like an ID?
It's like an ID, a digital ID for your game that tells you, oh, you are the developers of this game, and you need to have it always.
You lost? How did you lose it?
Yes. I forget. It just happened. So we lost it.
How about that? Thank Walter.
Dive Volter, yeah, I guess that maybe that's
That,
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
is,
what's the story behind that?
that's-
Divolter is one of your games, right?
Yeah, it's one of
Or
those
games.
projects where we reached for the stars.
What do you mean by reach for the
We were a bit too ambitious and we were coming up with the concept. Actually, it was very simple at first. It was like a reskin of Vote Clicker to start with. But then we had all of these ideas and we started piling them all there. On and on and on until it got big and unmanageable and we just had to push it out. So we had to settle on how much should we do for this game. Let's just put it together and basically be done with it. And which is a shame because we did a lot of work for that game. We did some writing. Martin did write-ups for all of the main characters. We designed the
Animation.
vehicles. We even planned. This was like a super robot game, so we even did the planning of how the robots would combine, how they transform. Big effort from everyone, and for a not so good outcome.
yeah. If you look at it right now, actually it's out. We just publish it for the sake of publishing it. Look for Super Divolter Z.
Super
And like 80, it's like 10% of the original edition.
Yeah.
And NSA Surveillance is asking. He downloaded our games. Hey, thank you very much.
Oh, cool.
And
Thank
how long does it take for us to make some of our games? And he downloaded, I think, Goodbye Galaxy and some other game. I couldn't read. Yeah, the older games that you if you try the other games, the older games, they took about a month's work. From planning to production to publishing, it's all 1 month. Mighty Alpha Droid is just again the exceptional case. We started last September 2016, and up to now we're still doing some updates for it. But all the rest, it's all 1 month, except also Super Dive.
Yeah,
it
took a long
that. It got delayed just because.
Yeah, so many lessons learned from that
Super
game.
Dive.
So we got a viewer from YouTube. I'm playing Mighty Alpha Droid right now.
Wow.
Loving the soundtrack. How did you guys make it?
Are you playing the new? You just downloaded it?
I hope you're playing the Android version.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, how did you make it?
The soundtrack or the game?
Oh yeah, what are you asking
Yeah,
about?
what are you
The
asking?
game or the soundtrack?
Oh yeah, let's make that clear.
With regards to the soundtrack, I think one of our interns.
One of our
Yes.
Yeah.
One of our great interns did it.
Yes.
And there's a question from Twitch and from Tonser. Thank you for downloading.
Oh, okay.
So
You're welcome.
overall on Facebook, Joel causes mabuhay. That
Mabuhay.
was earlier.
He knows more Filipino
Yeah,
words
but
than
I'm not sure I want
But
to
it's
hear.
Korean.
Yeah, I'm not sure I want to
Don't
hear.
say it.
The
Another question.
Yeah,
people
another
question.
question on Facebook
Okay.
From Joel.
Yeah, says with every game you release, do you find that it gets easier? The process?
Wow, what a good question, Joel.
Some things about the process get easier, especially the crap we were complaining about concerning the App Store and the Play Store. We don't run into those issues now because we've gotten used to them, like approval issues because we forgot to do something or we forgot to support some kind of feature. So we don't run into that sort of thing anymore, and we know how to prep the icons and the descriptions and the screenshots. So I guess everything that you can plan for or everything that you know is going to be the same, it can anticipate every single time, it gets easier. Everything else, I don't think so.
And other things like planning for the game, knowing the scope and knowing the limitations of time.
These are things that always happen.
So we kind of understand the groove now, so we're just taking advantage of that. And definitely it gets easier. And there's a lot of course, unforeseen challenges along the way.
I think that's where the new challenges come in. Like as things get easier to do, we are left with, like, I guess, more remaining brain power to devote our attention to exploring newer things. So we're always looking for something new to include in the future game, whether it's how you render a background or how you animate something or a new game system. We try to focus our attentions on something new because everything else has been done. So we have more time to think about exploratory stuff.
Definitely.
You hope that answers
Wait,
your question.
NSA Surveillance in Twitch asks, have you guys ever eaten the... He said baby chicken eggs, but I think he's referred to the
Balut.
baby
Balut,
duck
yeah.
eggs.
Duck eggs.
Balut.
The fertilized duck egg.
It's
Yes.
good. It's good.
I have
Never?
never
No, seriously?
never eaten
the-
meat.
Later,
Never.
Even
let's
just
ask
the
the man.
soup?
Let's ask the man.
Never eaten
Even
balut.
the yellow part?
No, never.
Wow, that's
We should
something
take
new.
it off.
Eat it with rock salt.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no
drink the
idea.
soup
Drink the
first.
soup. Pick out the feathers.
Yeah, it sounds nasty.
It's not.
It's really delish. Surprisingly.
Really? So over on Facebook, following Joel Cos question, another guy, Gio Paul.
Hello.
He
Hi,
says,
hi.
I have been working as a game developer for around 3 to 4 years now.
Wow.
Okay. I wanted to make my own indie games. I have tried before, but I find it extremely hard to find artists. Is there a way I can find good artists who would like to work on indie games?
I think you can advertise online.
Yeah. There are like
one
groups. Yeah.
You should join groups.
Yes.
There are a lot of Facebook
There are a lot of
groups.
Facebook groups.
Facebook groups. A thing now is a lot of Discord servers with
Yes.
development teams are there. So it's really easy to find people right now. Now for your budget, that's of course up to you. But I guess some tips would be look at their portfolio first. See how much they're charging. How are they going to charge you? Is it per artwork? Is it going to be on a retainer? So yeah, be flexible, I guess, on your expectations and I guess know what you want and know what kind of style you want for your game. It's going to be pixel art, 3D, 2D. Yeah.
And I think it would also help going into conventions and conferences.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
In-person events is always a good thing. Networking, going out there, introducing yourself, knowing people. It's hard, but it's something that you have to do. And if you love it, if you don't love it, it's up to you.
Okay. After that, Hamza Malik is back.
Oh, hey,
So he's saying,
back.
so guys, what's the most important pillar regarding the game's success? Development, graphics, or marketing? Choose from the three.
From the three, I guess
Development, graphics.
everything, all three are important.
Yeah, I don't think you can single out
Yeah.
any one thing.
For you to have a good game, it has to be to have a successful game. It has to be a good game. And then after making that good game, you need to have it seen by other people, and that's where marketing comes in play. So everything has to be good.
Yeah. I don't think I can answer that question.
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
Ajiro Fury asks, and this is a good question by Ajiro. If you guys are not in game development, what would you be doing right now?
Oh my god.
What would you be
My
doing?
wife just asked me that last night.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. I
Coincidentally.
don't know why.
So answer the question since you already
Yeah, you brought
You
it
already
up.
brought
know
it
your
up.
answer.
Okay. I'd probably be a full-time dad. Because I just turned, I just had a daughter. But yeah, other than that, I'd probably be like doing a lot of art stuff, either comic book artist or like a board game designer. Because in deep down, I really like to make games, but I'm more on the art side, so I really can't grasp anything that's on the programming side. So probably that's what I'll be doing.
About Eric.
For me, my dream job is I would probably be designing Lego sets.
Oh yeah.
Can I share?
I
want this answer.
Lego.
Lego sets.
Yeah,
What's
that's
his Lego
probably.
sets?
I would be in the toy industry, maybe
Ah.
not in the games, but still.
So we'll be working together.
Similar.
Board games.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I want to do right.
I never-
Design Lego sets.
Lego sets.
I never knew.
Cool.
Cool.
What about Jed?
Uh,
Aside from making Legos, designing Legos.
yeah, I also want to make Legos for a living. But I don't have the engineering know-how to get started on that. Let's see, what would I be doing? I don't know, maybe still making websites. Yeah, that's what I know. Maybe also teaching. I teach part-time. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I found that I like it. I might still be doing that, and maybe I would be writing because
Yes.
that's like bucket list for me. I want to write for a living. Can't seem to make it work, but there.
Cool. And me, I guess, still working with a family business. I know I make it sound so boring, but it kind of is. So I'm sorry.
Is your family watching this?
I hope not. No, but yeah.
Oh no.
That would be the default answer. I would be still working with a family business, doing IT, playing games after.
Yeah, I think that's the real answer. We'd still be playing.
Still playing games.
Yeah, all formal
Still playing
IT.
video games. Wait.
Yes.
NSA surveillance says the guy reading the question, so that's me. Looks like ProZD.
Who's
Look
that?
him up on YouTube real quick, please.
Who is
ZD?
ProZD?
Can we check
I know. Can we not do it? Too late.
Yeah, I'll show you later.
And Rice Bowl Pirate, he looked like ProZD, so he's just agreeing with him.
Ah.
ProZD.
Whoever that guy is.
Is he like a Street Fighter?
I don't know. Can we look at more questions?
Okay, so more questions incoming. It's from Petrus JR on Facebook. He says, do you have
God.
plans to make games?
Oh God.
That guy.
Yeah, I've seen this guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
First time I've heard of him.
He has a nice voice. He has a nice voice.
So you know him?
Yeah, I watched his
Yeah,
videos.
we haven't seen him
Oh.
online.
Yeah, he has a nice
Did
voice.
it dawn on you that you look like him?
No, he looks like our friend Joel. So,
That guy from Singapore.
Yeah, that guy from Singapore.
That guy from Singapore.
Joel Cole on Facebook.
So, yeah, as I was saying, Petrus JR is asking, do you have plans to make games for PC or consoles? I think
Yes.
we
Yeah,
answered
yeah.
that
Yeah,
earlier.
yeah, that's our like long-term plan. To make a game on Steam or some other console.
Yeah.
But right now we're still focusing on mobile games. It's the easier or like the lowest hanging fruit that we can go for.
Also, that's part of my bucket list.
Martin's bucket list. Remember always.
And Ajiro Fury on Twitch asks, what can you suggest for someone who dreams on making games, even just if it's just a hobby? Yeah, I guess right now just look into the frameworks. Unity is the most popular one. Us here, we're using Corona SDK. Learn the engine, try it out. If you have like, I guess just to start, know the basics, and then once you've mastered the basics, go ahead and try to make the game that you want. I hope it's a simple game, and then once you've gotten the groove, and then I guess start making more complex games if you really like doing it.
Yeah, it's not hard to get started, especially with Unity. They have a lot of tutorials now. They have tutorials built into the installation, I think, and you can also find, like, I don't know how many tutorials there are online. There are a lot, so you can just start with that and like have a really simple idea that you want to explore and go for it and have fun.
Go for it.
Yeah, just go for
Yeah.
it. Go for it, AG. And yeah, thanks for the follow, NSA surveillance.
Cool.
And he asks, what style of game do you guys make?
Well, basically smaller games.
Small
For
games.
Casual?
Very
Casual
casual.
games, yes.
Casual games.
I know the word is bad, no, but casual games, really
Yeah.
simple arcade game.
Yeah, simple. Arcade games would be a nice way to describe that.
And he also asks, and NSA surveillance asks, have you guys thought about Instagram advertising? Games have gotten really big from it.
We've tried it, right?
Yes, actually we tried once. It's just expensive. We're trying to create more content rather than doing paid advertising. We hope in the long run it pays. We get some return out of it. But yes, paid advertising is always a viable strategy. You just need to pump in a lot of money into it to be totally viable, especially now, which cost per installs are really getting high, especially in the US. And again, depending on the platform, it's not a joke to get into paid advertising.
Okay, we have another viewer on Facebook. It's Marielle Desera. Hey.
Hello.
Hey Marielle, so she's asking, among all of the games you've created, which is your most favorite?
Wow, what a good question. Most favorite.
Which is
No
your
bias.
Most
favorite?
Yeah, for our games, you can look it up at popsiclegames.com/games.
Yeah, I think I've answered something like this before.
Yeah, who asked it? I think you asked it.
Yeah, I think,
I think
have
I
asked
did.
that. I still say vote clicker.
Vote with
Yeah, I like vote clicker. I guess because of the whole process and Politics. Politics is
Both
fun.
politics.
Well, talking about politics is fun.
So
To a
for-
degree.
For you, it's both clicker.
Yeah.
What about the others?
How about you, man?
No bias.
I still play all aboard the art.
Wow.
Oh, really?
I said no bias.
It's easy to get into
No.
it.
No bias.
I used to play a lot of both clicker, but after the elections, it kind of died
Died
down.
down.
Ah, yeah.
And I still play a lot of Scratch to Win, and
Yeah, I would say Scratch to win.
Scratch.
Scratch.
Scratch to Win is very therapeutic for me.
Really?
Just scratch.
How about you, Martin?
I guess I'd like to say, yeah, actually, I would say All Aboard Dark, but for a very different reason. I'm not actually playing it, but it had really fond memories on me. Because aside from the fact that it's the first game Popsicle has made, one backstory about it is when I made the assets for the game, my wife was actually about to give birth.
Really?
So I was right beside her in bed, and I had a very portable station. I was on the bed making the assets. So that's the story on it. And
Wow.
I was still making assets while my wife is in the delivery room. So there's
That's an unforgettable
very,
story.
very
Yes.
unforgettable.
So you need to have
memory for
pregnant
me.
animals in the game.
Yeah, well,
Expansion.
Expansion.
yeah. So yeah, that's the reason why for me, All Aboard Dark has
All
that
Aboard,
memory for me.
That's cool. I never knew that.
Yeah, same here.
Favorite game?
Yes.
I guess now, not to be self-serving. But Mighty Alpha Droid.
No bias.
No bias. No, because the idea that I proposed went into the game.
What
Ah,
idea
yeah,
Which
exactly?
was the defending.
Ah.
You need to make a word to defend yourself in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad I was in. So, no bias, but now I'm enjoying the game much more. NSA surveillance. Oh wait, I want to ask you, what's your favorite game?
No bias.
No biases. Well, the first time I've heard of Popsicle Games, I looked it up on the Play Store. And I looked at all those titles. I think there are currently 16. And then the icon that caught my eye was Darkest Light. Darkest Light. Yes, first of all, it has a good art. But
Very good story behind it as well.
I tried playing it.
Yes.
But I did not reach the end because
You
it's
died.
too yes, I died.
Yeah.
I died. But yeah,
Right.
Darkest
Very
Light
good game.
is, I think, my favorite in all of Popsicle Games titles because it has really good art despite of it being just black and white. It catches your eye in the Play Store.
Okay, so NSA surveillance asks again. Do you guys have ads within games? Yes, we do. That's how we monetize
Yes.
mainly. But now we're leaning towards more on rewarded video ads, which is where you watch a video ad and then you get like a bonus or an item for free for watching the video.
Please don't get annoyed with us for the ads.
That's how we make money.
Yes. So, any other questions you got there?
I guess we can wrap the show up.
Yeah.
We got a lot of questions. Thanks everybody
Thank
for
you very
watching.
much.
We'll be back next. What's our schedule? Monday.
What's it? Monday?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Monday,
Monday.
but it's gonna be a GGWP
Yeah, we're gonna be
episode.
playing.
The Last of Us.
Still playing The Last of Us, where we discuss about stuff in the game in general. The last episode we were talking about the pacing of the game, or a lot of different gameplay elements were being introduced and all that. So next episode we'll be discussing something similar. And yeah, catch us what time? 12 noon for the Philippines and 9 p.m. Pacific in the US. And that's a Sunday for the US, 9 p.m. And Monday on the Philippines.
Yes.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitch.
Yes.
If you're watching on Twitch, if you're not, it's twitch.tv/Popsicle Games. Please follow us on Twitter at Popsicle Games. On Facebook, facebook.com/Popsicle Games. And if you just wanna email us, just email us at the
For internships.
internships, yes, or whatever comments, or if you have any questions in general about game development, You can email us at hello@popsiclegames.com.
Yes. And if you want to try out our game, you can see it on our website. That's popsiclegames.com. And if you want to specifically look at our games, that's popsiclegames.com/games.
Yes, please try out our games.
And I think also in our website we have a developer's blog over there.
Yeah.
So if you want to read more of our journey over there, you can find it on our website still. It's popsiclegames.com and look for the developer's blog tab.
Yep, it's right above. Okay, so I guess that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye bye.